Cool. I think it's almost yeah, on the time for the session. So let's get started. Cool. So can anyone confirm? Can hear my voice? Just checking in chat. Yep. Okay. Thanks, Narendra. Yeah. Cool. Hello again, everyone, and hope TripleCon is going great for everyone. And, yeah, thanks for joining today. So today we're going to see about like the introduction around Bugsmash initiative. So primarily we might be seeing in Drupal the way Drupal development works, right? We have like core initiatives and we have like community backed initiative. So core initiatives are something Dries mentioned yesterday. So like how it works, what's the kind of the strategies and everything, and other initiatives are community based initiatives like Bugsmash initiatives, there CMI 2.0. So that's how we have it. So we'll be going through about how things about how we work in Bugsmash initiative, what are the kind of flows and everything. So I would like to introduce myself first. I'm Mohit, and I'm a Drupal technical architect at QED42. My co-presenter Frank, he is not able to join today due to personal issues. So I'll be taking care of the entire session. And yeah, you can reach out to me on Drupal.org and Twitter. My Drupal's link is also same as Drupal.org. So you can yeah, feel free to reach out to me anytime. So yeah, so mainly first we'll say like what's the reason to have the initiative, right? So there can be like um, multiple initiatives like around adding some functionality in core, improving overall effectiveness of Google Core. So Bugsmash initiative is kind of another community initiative that is kind of that is there to reduce the number of bugs in core. So let's say like why we need initiative at first place actually. So here is the quick count of bugs actually. If you see over here, right, we have approx 7,000 bugs which are open. Out of it, like 1,000 are critical or major actually. 2,000 needs work. So here, if you see, right, we have like again this count is just for bugs only. We have like separate count for tasks or feature requests and all sort of things. So I mean, by seeing this number, right? I mean, it kind of it's good to have something that that helps us to keep the you know keep the ball rolling actually. So now the thing is that like why we actually need it, right? So the thing is that typically we'll see one statistics in the next slide. So the thing is that the like overall the lifespan of work is like really high. So you will see like few works that are like 5 years, 6 years, even 10 years old. So this is one thing. Another thing is kind of having so many times people feels like okay, we report issues and no one is there to look into it. I mean there is no progress in the bugs that reported by me, or if someone has worked on it, there is no progress, no one is there to review it. So there are kind of stopping feeling that people kind of don't feel kind of welcome. So just to having like a proper community or encourage everyone to participate in the process. Yeah, this is something we have kind of we are working in form of initiative so that like things are in a proper manner actually. Well, so here is the kind of quick statistics around it. So, I mean, if you see over here, right, we have like bugs. So this x-axis is for number of years. So here, if you can see over here, right, we have approx like 1,100 bugs which are like less than year old, almost same bugs that are around 1 year old and same thing. So even if you go to like few more time, like we have 200 bugs that are 9 year old actually. So this is the kind of the thing that kind of creates a case for having a similar initiatives. So next one is kind of situation in October. Now, if you see here, right, the picture is like improved a lot actually. Now, if you see here, right, we have like just 800 bugs that are less than year old. There has been significant drop in like bugs that are 1, 2, 3 year old. So here, if we see like the work is itself is visible. I mean, the way team and the community is doing it. So there has been significant drop in the like number of open bugs actually. So you can even go to this link and you can see like there is a nice chart around it. So this is the kind of another video where you can see it in action, like how things are moving. Like if you see over here, right, uh, day to day, like the count is decreasing. Again, this video is taken from the same this Lindude's URL. Actually, he has done like great job in that. So cool. Now, next thing is now, like we know, right? We have this initiative now. I'd like to give brief about the processes, like how do we work, how do we collaborate on things, how do we set the targets, and all sort of like initiative related processes. So first one is like obviously triage. So triage is kind of critical thing in like resolving any bugs actually. So mainly if you see in the like Drupal's issue queue, people usually reports the bug, but sometimes they don't have like proper they don't have added like proper steps to reproduce, or issue summarize is not like up to date most of the times. So or even like people report a bug, but that can be a task or feature request, right? So we need to like go through all those issues one by one and triage it properly, whether it is bug, and whether we can work on it like as a part of Bugsmash initiative. So triage is kind of first step, and we have kind of dedicated meeting where we triage the issues. Next one is sometimes people depending on the the way they are working, they might report, okay, I have this issue and this is kind of critical. It, like from the perspective of Drupal core, it might be a normal, it might be a minor and similar things, right? Or there might be some issues that are duplicate actually. So we might need to close it, or the issue is not reproducible. We need to close it. So again, triage is the kind of next step to review all the issues, and you can close outdated one or duplicate ones. So this is kind of second step. This is where a triage meeting happens actually. Again, this is on the like initiative page. It has like we have listed all the information over there as well, so you can be a part of it. Nowadays we are running triage meeting on Slack itself, and it is like async meetings. So we usually target one component. Let's say we were targeting, I think, like a component last meeting. So similarly, yeah, so we target each core component in the triage meeting, and triage issues, close it, or add testing steps and all sort of things. Yeah. So next one is like reviews actually. So many times, what happens actually, people kind of write specs, right? But it, there are like lots of issues that needs review from experienced experienced maintainers. Even we need some reviews from user experience people, or you can say even people needs to test it actually. So reviews is kind of next step. Like once the patch is there, okay, we need to review it. The review process is kind of really thorough actually, I would say. Another thing is like the people are doing is like kind of review swap process. So let's say I have a few issues that I want to get reviewed by someone, and someone have like few more issues, so we can swap each other's issue, and we can get like reviewed get reviewed like many issues that way actually. So that's the kind of nice way to keep the ball rolling. Otherwise, like we'll end up with like having huge pile of issues that are in review. uh, Another thing is we get to learn a lot by reviewing issues, because usually we have like novice and veteran contributors that they reviews issues. So this is kind of you completely get a different perspective to look into the way like the code has been written, or the way implementation has been done. So this is kind of nice way to learn things actually. So this is about reviews. Next one is setting targets actually. So again, I mean, we have the initiative bi-weekly meetings actually. So where we usually do is like we define certain issues that we want to pick up, and people works on that. So that the thing is that like once we have the proper target, let's say I want to work on like these three issues in the like next 2 weeks. Yeah, so this is the thing. I mean, I can mention it, and yeah, definitely I can work on it. Is for my bandwidth, but this is something, having a target, it kind of adds a sense of like responsibility. So this is kind of another thing that we usually highlight. um, yeah, mentoring is kind of next thing. This is kind of very crucial. So I have noticed kind of multiple times actually, like the initiative is kind of mix of both actually, like veterans and as well as new contributor. So whenever someone posts a query, people are really kind of willing to help to any kind of questions actually. So this is kind of really welcoming, I would say, because sometimes the people who are kind of new to contribution, they get like a little bit hesitate about it. Okay, why should I ask? How should I ask? So here, I mean, people are kind of really kind, and I mean, obviously that's everywhere in Drupal community. But yeah, it's just my personal experience. So yeah, I mean, the mentoring is kind of another aspect to, or I would say, key point of this initiative. uh, Next one is writing tests actually. So many of you might be aware that, right, whenever there is a bug, the usual process is like we want to write a test only page so that we can have a we can actually reproduce the issue. After we kind of fix it, we can have like another test, or we can use similar tests so that like we can prove that we have a test case for that code change and it is passing. So there are like multiple issues that need some help in writing test cases. So this is kind of another area that if you want to get familiar with PHP unit, if you want to explore that, uh, you can come to that and you can work on it. So many times, often you will see like people have fixed the issues, but there are no test cases. So yeah, I mean, this is the kind of another nice area if you want to work on it. I mean, you'll get to experience PHP unit and how we write test cases in Drupal core. So this is another thing. Next thing is now, like, why should I contribute in Bugsmash initiative? Because obviously, I mean, like, contributing to Drupal core, it kind of, it gives like really nice feeling, right? Good karma. Like, okay, you are improving Drupal, you are like removing bugs from Drupal. So this is obviously one thing. Another is like you get to collaborate with like lots of core committer and the subsystem maintainers, so that like you will get to learn about like lots of processes, and how everyone works together. Like like I mentioned in review, right, you get to know about like completely different aspect of some implementation, like how it is done and how we can do it better. So yeah, this is another thing. Apart from that, let's say, I mean, someone feels, okay, I can't write code, right? So there are various other tasks, like there are lots of issues that need summary update. There are multiple issues that needs updates in testing steps, or there are basically lots of known coding tasks as well that you can actually work upon. So this is kind of another thing that if you are unfamiliar with like coding, I mean, there is obviously a task for you to contribute. So this is a few things about I contribute, and yeah, on the Drupal Slack, you can join the Bugsmash channel. So this is the link actually where you can go there. And it has like all the detailed information around how everyone works in initiative and other nomenclature. Apart from that, meetings are asynchronous, like basically like any other Drupal initiative. So you can join that in a span of like 24 hours. And yeah, and it is like organized by threads, so that like it's kind of usual in all the Drupal initiatives. So it won't be anything new if you're joining the initiative. Special thanks to these folks actually. Obviously, like lots of people are working on it, but I have seen these people like very frequent, and they are quite helpful in providing reviews, helping like lots of people on various blocker issues and everything. So thanks to everyone for being like quite proactive and welcoming to new people. And this is a bit about contribution opportunities that like, so we have contribution also going on like while the Drupal. So obviously you can join there, and you can even join the Bugsmash channel, ping anyone around, ping anyone if you need any help related to anything, and someone will be there to help you out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I would like to take any questions if you have any related to anything. Uh, cool. I think we are good then. Thanks. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining. And in case if you have any question on the later stage, you can reach out to me on Drupal Slack or Twitter, or in fact you can ping anyone on Bugsmash Initiative channel as well. So yeah. Okay. Right. Thanks for joining, and yeah, have a nice rest of the Drupal. Thank you. Bye bye.